So these games used to be, the games of the year, rivalry games. Falcons versus Panthers. Empty stadium. Tickets were selling for 45 cents.
We are all connected in the great circle of life.
In 1994, the movie The Lion King was released. A movie that became a cult classic, and it became my favorite movie ever. In the movie, it explained the concept of the circle of life and how predators that eat prey will then eventually be eaten once they pass and become the grass. Basically, it's about what comes up must come down. Then, in 1995, a team would be made that would represent that cycle in the most tragic way possible.
Carolina Panthers have mishandled the entire quarterback situation from beginning to end, from the evaluation, valuation, to selection, to development, support, and utilization. A total fail over the past 24 months when this current process began.
A franchise that perfectly embodies the circle of life in the NFL. Picture this. They were born in 1995, clawing their way up from expansion team to NFC contenders in record time. They've had their moments at the top, twice reaching the Super Bowl, with stars like Cam Newton, Steve Smith, and Luke Kuechly lighting up the league. But here's the thing, they never sealed the deal. No Lombardi Trophy, no ultimate glory. And just like the circle of life, what goes up must come down. Injuries, retirements, rebuilding, it all brought them crashing back to earth. And now, they're stuck, wandering through the wilderness of mediocrity, searching for their way back to the promised land. Will they ever return to the top of the mountain? Stick around, because we're diving into the story of the Carolina Panthers. Led by owner Jerry Richardson, the team immediately set out to make an impact. In just their second season, 1996, they shocked the league by finishing 12-4, winning the NFC West, which yes, they were in the West at one point. They made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. For a brand new team, this was a statement. Through the late 90s and early 2000s, the Panthers experienced highs and lows, with some seasons ending in disappointment due to injuries and inconsistencies. However, the team hit its stride under head coach John Fox in 2003. That year, they made it to their first Super Bowl, a nail-biting loss to the New England Patriots, 32-29, highlighted by Jake Delhomme's impressive performance and an iconic halftime show. But they fell victim to the GOAT Tom Brady. Then, in 2015, they fell victim to another football god. The Panthers' 2015 season stands out as their best in franchise history. Led by head coach Ron Rivera and an MVP season from quarterback Cam Newton, the Panthers went an incredible 15-1 in the regular season. Known for their explosive offense and a stout defense led by Luke Kuechly, the team dominated their way to Super Bowl 50. Unfortunately, their dream season ended in disappointment with a loss to the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning, or nowadays he goes by Painting. We all know what happened with Cam and the fumble Big Oof. Another notable season was 2003, as mentioned earlier, where their Cardiac Cats nickname was born due to their knack for winning close games. That year, Steve Smith emerged as a superstar, and their defense, anchored by Julius Peppers, became a force to be reckoned with. With a new coaching regime led by Frank Reich and rookie quarterback Bryce Young taking the reins, it's been a year of growing pains. The offense has struggled with consistency, particularly in pass protection and finding rhythm in the passing game. Bryce Young has shown flashes of brilliance but is still adjusting to the speed and complexity of the NFL. However, they have played in close games against good teams. Defensively, injuries to key players like J.C. Horn have left the secondary vulnerable. Despite these hurdles, there are bright spots, like the emergence of Brian Burns as a dominant pass rusher and some promising performances from younger players. For the Panthers to return to playoff contention, a few areas need urgent attention. First, the offensive line must be solidified. Young quarterbacks need protection to thrive, and Bryce Young is no exception. Investing in the line during the offseason, either through the draft or free agency, will be critical. Second, the receiving core needs more depth. adding a true number one receiver to complement Bryce Young's development would elevate the entire offense. Defensively, shoring up the secondary and building depth at linebacker will help stop big plays and maintain control in critical moments. Lastly, consistency in coaching and scheme development will be essential. Frequent changes at the top have hindered the team's growth, and stability will be key for a successful rebuild. So, what's the Panthers' clearest route to the Super Bowl? First, they need to dominate their division. The NFC South is ass every year. A shitty season could get them in the playoffs one of these years. By securing division titles and improving their seeding, the Panthers can focus on building momentum into the playoffs. From there, it's about leaning on a strong defense and a balanced offense. Playoff success often comes down to key turnovers and a clutch quarterback. If Bryce Young grows into the star they believe he can be, and the defense becomes an elite unit again, they have a shot. The circle of life has not favored the Panthers in their 30 years as a franchise. They become the predator for a short while, but never get the kill. They need to create a new lineage to finally set up a team that can finally give them the championship they are hoping for. Then at that point, the circle of life can finally work in the Panthers' favor.